Welcome back, everybody, to Keys and Gears, part 2 of how to improve your home's value. So I'm here with Bess Dixon, your local real estate professional who knows a thing or two about renovation as well. And so the previous version, if the previous podcast, if you didn't listen to it or see it, it was about how to maximize your home's value. This is part 2 to it. So find part 1 first, and let's go to part 2. So Bess, we were in the kitchen last time we were talking. So
absolutely,
we were talking about the kitchen cabinets. Is it a good thing to sand them down, repaint them, and finish them off that way? And your point was it's very hard to do correctly because you have to hire a painter who really knows what they're doing. Sometimes it's just better to take out the kitchen cabinets and start all over again. Sometimes you can take the original cabinets and just put better jewelry on it, meaning better handles on it, right?
Pulls and everything.
Pulls and everything. But
hinges.
So along those lines, let's continue with that conversation. So what else in terms of cabinetry? You've covered backsplash. It's a good idea to change out. Painting the kitchen is another one, right? Lighting in a kitchen is super important.
Huge.
Right?
Huge.
So there's lots more to cover on kitchen, so it's all yours. Let's go. What else you got for us?
Well, I mean, it is possible. Number one question I get, especially for sellers that are thinking, hey, we're probably going to be moving within 5 years.
Yeah.
If we were going to stay, we would definitely be doing, this is usually how the conversation starts. If we were going to be staying, we're definitely going to be redoing the kitchen.
Time out. How often have you heard a seller who, after you've helped them spruce up the house, stage the house for sale, how many sellers have said to you, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful, I wish I'd done that in year one? Or
87% of the time.
Exactly. So please.
Especially when we are making ready for sale.
Right.
If it's an immediate thing.
Right.
And they see how quick it can be done and for how few pennies.
Yes.
For the wow. Pennies for the wow.
I sidetracked you, so get back on the right track. What were you going to talk about?
Oh, so the kitchen.
Yeah.
And so if we were to stay within for another 5 years,
right,
and if we were not going to be moving within 5 years, we would want to redo the kitchen. Okay, well, if you're going to be moving in 1, 2, or 3 years, we can still redo the kitchen. It doesn't have to be, and their concern is, well, our friends did it. It was like $40,000, $50,000.
The extent of what you're doing.
And it took forever.
Changes, yeah.
Right? And I'm like, well, we can still, make your kitchen smile for you now without spending that money, without spending that time.
So give us a little bit of suggestion. I don't want to give away all your secrets.
All my secrets. Number one, you've already touched on it. Add jewelry to your cabinets.
Yes.
And that is the pulls and the hinges and all those things.
Yes.
It is amazing just changing that out, how that just totally changes the personality. It really is crazy. Next easy fix is you've heard us talk about it many times. Mark and I are going to continue to talk about it. Lighting.
Throughout the house.
Do you have under cabinet lighting? In this day and age, if you do not have under cabinet lighting, start there.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy and quite cost effective.
It's a must
to retrofit all cabinets of all age homes with under cabinet lighting. Why do I say that? Because one of the most inexpensive ones is a rechargeable LED, low profile. It's about 6 inches. They come in a pack of like $30 for 3 or 4, depending on where you find it. They've got motion sensors. They're rechargeable, or you can use AAA batteries.
Right.
But they attach underneath your cabinets with magnets, and within like 15 minutes, boom.
Yeah.
And that makes a world of a difference. It really does. And we touched on, too, your cabinets. If you have real wood cabinets, think long and hard before ripping those out, because real wood cabinets are quite costly these days. Yes. And by simply just putting a little love and care in them, they can really deal. And, of course, we all, you are guilt by association. So it applies to your kitchen too. Do your cabinets look old and tired because everything around them is old and tired? Do you need to just do fresh paint? Do you need a fresh backsplash, which is really inexpensive?
Countertops.
Countertops are a little interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's maybe a different conversation. Countertops kind of can fall into the category of cabinets, and that is sometimes they look tired just because of what's around
That's
them.
my point. That's my point. Yeah.
So a very good example, a popular granite in the 2000s that was part of the Tuscan vibe. Everybody's doing the Tuscan vibe for a while. Was called chocolate chip. Okay, I don't know about you, but I mean, just to be able to say my countertops,
not
chocolate chip is the name, and that really is the name of the granite is chocolate chip. You can look it up.
Is.
Okay, it has a very creamy brown, black flecks. It has it's actually a lot of neutrals.
Right, it is.
Most people want to get rid of it because they say it's dark. I have refreshed kitchens fairly regularly now because those homes built in 2000. Every 20 years is a trend. People are ready to change them out, and then we start pricing out granite and quartz, and they're like, maybe we don't want to change it up.
Not so
so
fast.
How do we refresh? We dial in on that cream that's in there. There's a cream in there. There's even a gray in there. And even though we're not into the gray and white zone, if you pick the right gray, that's mostly a white, for example, it totally changes the vibe of that chocolate chip granite.
So you mean in terms of cabinet color or
the wall color? Wall color and or backsplash.
So you're tying the backsplash and the wall color in with a outdated, so to speak, granite countertops.
We're reinterpreting it, if you will.
Love it.
Reinterpreting it.
That's a great way to refresh it, right?
And then of course, talk about jewelry.
Yeah.
Your kitchen faucet.
Yes,
your
my gosh.
kitchen faucet.
These days, there are so many options.
So many options.
And the sinks, too, right?
It is astounding just changing out the kitchen faucet.
Yes.
I hesitate to say sink because sink and
countertops
kind of go together.
Yeah, it's a bigger can of worms.
And that can...
Totally. But, back to the cabinets for a quick second. For a while there was a big trend, even in expensive homes, to have, the IKEA kitchen, basically. Which it's not an expensive kitchen. Is that still a trend, or has it come and gone at this point? Where almost any price point you could put an IKEA, and people were like, "Oh my gosh, the kitchen is great." I'm like, right? It's IKEA cabinets. What are you talking about?
It's all about execution,
right?
It's all about execution, and we've touched on that with if it's incongruent, if it seems wrong, no matter the price point,
right?
A executed remodel, one that people get excited about, is one that when you touch that cabinet or reach for a light switch or a kitchen convenience, a built-in coffee maker, whatever it might be, your everyday life, your morning routine is elevated. If you remodel a kitchen and you're like, where's that light switch? Okay. Right. And to save pennies, you put it over here.
Yeah, it's saving in the wrong.
Yeah.
So back to.
So yes, IKEA can look great if it's done well.
The things we haven't touched on is flooring, which I think is also important in a refresh, right? I mean, kitchen flooring.
That gets more into remodel.
Yeah,
my humble opinion,
it does. It's more expensive. That's why I left it for last, right? And then the appliances too.
True that.
Those are also expensive. So those are on the expensive side of things. When you start ripping out cabinets, you might as well redo the flooring.
Yes.
Right? Am I right on that?
Yes. Okay. And down the can of worms we go.
So exactly. Yeah. So that's when it gets expensive.
Right.
The full remodel. So,
right. Exactly.
So then you're not refreshing. And in terms of appliances, does it really make a difference what appliances you put in there in terms of the brands and there's some name brands that. My layman impression is these days, a lot of them are built by the same people.
That is correct.
Right?
That is correct.
And they just slap a different label on it and charge you twice as much. So
the asterisk on that is, there is Chevrolet appliances, and then there's Mercedes appliances. And if you put a Mercedes inside a Chevrolet sort of kitchen,
it looks out of place. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
And we've all seen that. Yeah.
And we've all seen that. And what are we talking about? We're talking about whether your refrigerator rolls in or whether it's built in.
All right. So we've come to a close of part 2. Part 3 is coming up, where we're going to be
Okay, we'll
talking,
do part 3.
finishing up with kitchen. Then we're going to move into probably bathrooms at this point.
What do you think?
Not to mention
Backyards, the other B word?
landscaping.
Bathroom,
oh my
backwards?
gosh, we have so
Double
much
B?
more to talk to you about how to improve the value of
For
your
pennies.
house. For pennies,
pennies.
as well as more expensive. If you have the money to do it, great. Invest in your home. Amen. See you next time. Oh, wait. We have a picture of the week.
But wait,
I almost
there's more.
forgot. Oh my God. This is like the best part. So what do we've seen this house before. This is
more the full view of the house, carrying on with the accolades of this builder. And that is details do make a difference. So what I really want to point out, the keys here is he put in Tudor Revival leaded glass.
I was going to say
was a standard thing you saw.
Yes.
And in the 2010s, this style, especially in the $1 million up price range, which this is a $2 million home,
right.
but they got away from it to save a bit of money.
Yeah.
They stopped doing those details. They just were putting in solid glass, or they were putting in the basic gold colonial. Mm-hmm. We've all seen it. The 3/3, the six glass.
Right.
Divided lights. Lights. It was great to see him splash
detail.
out on
It's
a faux leaded, but
love
it's
that downspout too. That's so cool.
and the rain chain.
Yeah.
That is really fun. Now, usually you see the rain chain for craftsmen or prairie homes.
Yes.
So he kind of stretched it here.
Yeah.
But I think because it's copper and looks a bit luxe, it works.
The
what do you think?
Outdoor lantern are really nice.
The lanterns are
He's
congruent.
done a great job.
Mm-hmm. And notice through the whole house, I guess the big takeaway is it's consistent.
Yes.
Consistent.
Colors and
design.
Fixtures. Yeah, design wise. Yeah, it's very consistent. You're right. Mm-hmm. Love it.
There you go.
All right. Well, come join us next time for part 3, and we'll see you there. Bye-bye.